CIET NCERT presents audiobook Interactions, activity book on listening and speaking for classes 6 to 10.
Page 76.
Chapter 32 Water.
Learning Outcomes. 1.
Learners will be able to listen for gist, specific information, and detail in the given text.
2.
Learners will be able to speak about the need of water in our communities.
3.
Learners will be able to discuss policies being framed to make water available to all.
4.
Learners will be able to listen to the information as given in the passage and talk about it. We shall now go to page 161 for the appendix for chapter 32.
Page 161.
Appendix 32. Collecting and carrying water is an everyday affair in rural India. Farmers primarily use water for agriculture purposes. It is also used for carrying out various household chores. The domestic uses include cooking and cleaning, where uncontaminated water is a necessity. In addition, water is required for maintaining sanitary conditions in homes and surrounding areas. A villager sometimes takes up to 6 trips a day transporting water from the water source to one's home. These walks in rural areas can on an average be 10 miles a day, wherein one person carries up to 15 liters of water per trip. People carry water in jars, pitchers, and buckets on their heads. The load on their heads, added to the long distance from the water sources to their homes, lead to back, feet, and posture-related problems in them. The heat increases their exhaustion, and this work alone takes away most of the time, which could otherwise be utilized in other works. It is a huge loss of workforce, as the villagers are compelled to spend most of their day fetching and transporting water. As a result, they are unable to make an income and take appropriate care of their children. Besides, the children are unable to get continuous and unhindered education. We shall now go to page 76, chapter 32, Water.
Warm-up. A.
Look at the pictures given here and discuss what they suggest. There are 2 options before you. One is a classroom scene with a teacher wearing a green sari and addressing students in uniform. She has a purple book in her hands. In the second scenario, several young children, more girls than boys, are carrying pots of water on their heads. The scenery looks like it is the countryside.
B.
Work in pairs and discuss your responses to the following questions.
1.
Have you ever faced water crisis situation at home?
2.
According to you, which of your daily activities are affected directly or indirectly due to lack of water?
3.
Share an instance with your friend when you or someone you know had to miss out on something important due to no water supply at home.
Page 77. Activity 1. Listening. A.
Listen to the text and fill in the blanks with appropriate words. A villager in India sometimes takes up to blank trips a day transporting water from a water source to one's home. These walks in rural areas can on an average be blank miles a day, wherein a person carries up to blank liters of water per trip. As a result, they are unable to make an blank and take appropriate care of their blank. Besides, their blank are unable to get blank education.
B.
Listen to the extract again. Work in pairs and respond to the following questions.
1,
How do you feel about lack of water supply in houses in rural areas?
2,
What does this report reveal about the condition of people in rural India? Give examples to support your response.
3,
List 2 measures that you would suggest to the government in order to solve the problem of the villagers.
Activity 2, Speaking.
Work in groups of 4 and make a 3-minute presentation on the measures that need to be taken to improve the lives of people in rural areas as regards to ensuring adequate water supply. Share it with the class. Allow time for feedback and discussion.
B,
Have a discussion in class on the picture given here. One can see a droplet of water, and ensconced in it is a forest. There are 2 hands upholding this droplet of water. Chapter 32, Water, ends here.
Activity book on listening and speaking for classes 6 to 10. You were just listening to this audiobook. Read by Akash and Dr. Anandana Kapoor. Recorded by Bati Langlingdo and Vikas Sangwan. Production assistants Tanu Gupta. Directed and produced by Vandana Arimardan. This audiobook is presented to you by CIET NCERT, New Delhi, India.